What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my Firewood channel. My name is Cameron if you've never been here before, and today I'm going to be showing you a tool that I bought. It arrived at my house. It arrived at my house 2 or 3 days ago, and it's changed the way I do firewood. I bought this little measuring stick that it has a magnet goes on your chainsaw bar that helps you measure wood. It came in a little tube like this. The name of it is whatever that brand is. Osroan. I think it's like an Amazon brand, but it was 1975, and it has really changed the way I do things. I want to show you it and show you how I use it, and we'll get to work, test it out on this white oak treetop behind me. So it came in a little cardboard cylinder, had some paper instructions in it that really were just like marketing for other stuff, so I don't really care about those, but there were 3 or 4, nope, that's 5, Eastern Kentucky math here. Main components here. So this came separate, you know, I just screwed it on there. So there's this orange piece, that's a 16-inch piece, and what that does is it helps you measure 16-inch blocks of firewood every time. You screw it onto this magnet, and the magnet goes on your bar. I'll show you here in a second. This piece, I don't really use that much because I'm not dealing with bare logs a lot. It's more, you screw it on here, and it helps you put it on the end of the wood. That way you make an accurate cut every time. But this gets hung on treetops and twigs and stuff. So I just eyeball it. Just eyeball it and I look. And if this is level with the edge of it, I'm cutting it. I'll have to look at the instructions online because it didn't come with instructions to see what that is. And that's just an extender piece to make this like a 22-inch cut. Yeah, 6 plus 16, 22 inches. Yeah, right. Let me show you what it looks like on a chainsaw. So, chainsaw. I put it on the left side of my bar here. Clamps on there just like that. Now, really quick, I figured out, I don't think it's intended for you to cut while this thing's on there. I think it's just for you to measure. So, like I said, end of the woods here, you line up the end of the wood right there, and then the chainsaw bar is at 16 inches. Okay, you might have noticed I made a little mark right there. That's 12 inches because I've been making 12-inch block cuts for my buddy that has a shorter stove, and that right there saves so much time. I get that little red mark level and I cut, and that's a 12-inch block every time. So, funny story, yesterday I was cutting with this for the first time and I left it on there thinking, I don't know, to keep the tip of the bar into the wood, and it pushed off because I was touching the wood with it. It hit my chain and flew off into the woods. I had to go find it. And it also vibrates a lot. So it stays on there for the most part when you're making cuts, but the way I do it is I use this, I mark it, and I go down the log, marking it, then I take it off. Now I go back and cut it. And that is how I use this thing to measure my firewood accurately. Now some of y'all might be like, why in the heck do you need something to measure wood with? If you're good and you're experienced, you don't need it. You'll make a 16 to 18-inch cut every time. True, and I'm usually pretty good at it. But one thing that sets, like what I want to be is a professional. One thing that sets a professional apart is, I believe, consistency. Consistency is what causes you to, you know, fail or pass a diet. Consistency is what allows you to become physically in shape. Showing up for jiu-jitsu consistently versus somebody who doesn't. It goes on and on and on. So if I'm consistently giving a 16-inch piece of firewood and every block of firewood looks the same, I think it makes me look better, my business look better, makes the product look better, and I think it'll lead to more callback, message back about firewood. And it's just, you know, it lets me know I'm giving a steady product. Now if they need a longer cut, I can put the extension on it. You know, that gives 6 inches, and then if they want a 20-inch cut, I'll make a mark that day for, you know, and measure it out and do a 20-inch cut. But this allows me to do that every single time. And also, when I start dealing with bundle wood, is going to ensure that I'm giving the customer 16 inches stick every time, versus having to go and lay wood in a bundler, cut it off at 16 inches and having to refine my product. So it just makes things easier from the get-go, and it really just helps, like I said, QA/QC your product or my product. Not really found any flaws with this other than, you know, I don't think it was ever meant to cut with it on there just to mark, or at least that's how I'm gonna run this. So today, there's a big white oak treetop behind me that I'm gonna work on for a little bit, purely for the 12-inch block load for my buddy. I didn't take a lot of limb wood to his house the other day because some people are picky about limb wood, and I didn't want to show up with a whole load of limb wood. And he's like, hey man, anything you can put your hand across about that big, that's a limb wood, perfect size for our stove. I was like, dude, if I'd known that, I would have blocked all this up for you. So I'm gonna get the limb wood cut up with this, marked 12 inches. Probably get a half load because his load isn't due for another 3 or 4 days. And then I'm probably gonna pull on up to a big, I think it's a red oak up the road, and continue working on it and splitting up another half load of just chunks to get out of the wood. And I'll show you how convenient this is when we do that. So let's get to work. Real quick, I got a lot of PPE for Christmas as gifts, but I can't really wear it because I'm gonna be wearing the GoPro for a few shots. So if you see me not wearing this, sis, I use the heck out of this. Just for a few shots today, I'm not gonna be wearing it. So thanks for getting me this. I love you. And to my wife, thanks for the cant hook, or as I call it, the log roller / timberjack. And thanks for the chaps. I'll be sporting those today too. So one thing I'm gonna do before I get started is I'm gonna kind of prep my battlefield. I think this will be my main entry and exit point through here. So I'll probably side trim this, clear those briars back, and then I'll probably clear my way to the main trunk where it starts there. I might block this up into 16-inch sections down there where it's thicker, just for bundle wood. And then I'm gonna kind of de-limb or buck a lot of that before I start using the tool. I like taking my little Bluetooth earbuds and putting them in and listening to podcasts while I work. Out here in the woods, I don't think I have anything to worry about sneaking up on me. And if I do, I got bigger problems than that in life, where stuff's sneaking up on me in the woods, you know? And then my ear muffs will go right down over that off my helmet, so really cool. All right, so kind of like in my last video, I'm gonna use this log splitter to pinch the wood, to hold it out, then I'll mark it, then I'll cut it. It's actually a pretty good system as long as the wood is strong enough to be held and hold the whole weight out like that. So there's my system. It takes a little while, but it's easier on me, in my opinion. So I'm gonna process that stack of logs right there and then move on up to this bigger oak to get the bigger chunks. Like I told my buddy the other day, I was like, give me a heads up like a week out from when you want these short loads and I'll work on them in little pieces. And so he's like, well, bring me in another load next weekend. So I'm working on this in little spurts. This will make about a half load for him with what I have at the house, and I'll just work on it again tomorrow. I enjoy that. It makes big tasks a lot smaller if you take them in little bites. All right, got a pretty good pile in the truck here. I'm gonna grab my tools and head on up to the big oak, and I'm gonna cut that up. I might cut up like 2 blocks in the 12-inch range, just because the this limbwood here was starting to go bad. The density is probably 90% still there, but I don't want to, give him a bad load of that. So what I'll do is I'll compensate and throw a lot of really dense trunk wood in there and just really heap in a giant load, because wood is wood, it'll all burn. It's not rotted, it's not punky, but you could start to see in the outer edges the limb wood was definitely starting to dry up. So, and I'll sort that at the house too. If I think that it's too punky, I'll throw it in my pile and I'll burn it in my fire pit and drink a beer. What a perfect day though. It's like 38, 40 degrees and I'm nice and cool, it feels good. Just a really good day to cut wood. Gotten so in tune with just working, forgot to turn the camera on. So here's what I got so far. I used my measuring stick to measure out 12-inch blocks, and then I went through here and measured out 16-inch blocks. But realistically, probably going to start on this one first, because I'm able to roll that, and I'm going to see how much room is left in my truck, because I got to unload this when I get home and take a 4-wheeler back to my mom, to her place. So I don't know how much I'm going to cut up of this. Oh man, I just spotted a nice chestnut oak I didn't even realize blown over. Wow, I love cutting up chestnut oak. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna work on this, see how much space left in my truck. Might just leave it at that for the day, since I have the errands to run and it is New Year's Eve. That's pretty big chunks of oak right there, and I think that'll be more than enough to deal with today. So you guys kind of know the drill. I'm going to flip the log splitter vertically, put it in manageable pieces, put it in the back of my truck. Let's do that. I love these little powerlifting cardio sessions. So this right here is my shorter wood. It's up front, and the blocks of that red oak, which by the way, that was southern red oak. I used my app to find that out, are in the back. This tool right here made today a lot easier and a lot quicker than using a measuring tape or measuring stick like I was in the past few videos. So again, I got this off Amazon. This is like 20 bucks, $19.75 plus tax and shipping. Super handy to use. I'd recommend everybody, if you're serious about firewood, yes, you can eyeball it, but if you want to be right every time, I would use something like this. Oop. They are handy, and I don't know, I'm looking forward to using this in the future. You know, just mark it first and then go back, take it off and cut. But I'm gonna get this load of wood out of here, get it separated at the wood yard, and then I'm off to see my mom and take a four-wheeler back to the house. You all have a good day, and if you think I earned you your subscription, subscribe, or consider subscribing, liking this video, checking out my other videos. And also, I've had a fishing channel for about 9 years, the Salty Googan. I'll link in the video, either in the thumbnails or in the description. Go check it out, show me some love too, because that's what I do, man. I spend time with family, I fish, I cut firewood, and that's it, man. And life is good. Thanks for following along, y'all. See you in the next video.